Hello again, everyone. Welcome back to the First 15 Coach Cast. If you haven't been around before, my name is Jared Dyke, and I'm the one that's been running this shindig for a little while. So today, our little blurb is going to be about something that's really starting to take off in just health and fitness in general is GLP-1s and their use. I'm not here to talk about the science of it. Needless to say, it's been a medication that people have been being prescribed. It's new because it just got some clearances with the FDA, I believe, within the last year or two, and it's helping people with weight loss. And what I want to talk about today is what that means for coaching, because let's face it, most people come to us as coaches because they're seeking some sort of fat loss, weight loss program, and that's just the society we live in. And I'm one to tell you that I wish it was different, but it's where we are. Um, so what does that mean for an industry that has been primarily run by that? Well, there's actually an opportunity here, in my opinion. And first off, if you're a coach and you're mad about this whole thing, I suggest just get into some research, man, because this is here to stay for at least for the foreseeable future until there's probably something that there's things that we don't know that'll be 5-10 years down the road, and we don't know them until we get there. So for now, at least for that briefish period of time, they're here to stay. And if the only thing you're going to do as a coach is complain about people using them for their weight loss, you aren't after the right thing, probably. And if you're out here trying to make sure people are, doing it your way, you've missed it. You've completely missed the point, guys. Like, just plain and simple. So, what do we do as coaches where most people's primary goals are weight loss? What do we do when that becomes, takes away that one goal? Well, there are other things to focus on besides fat loss / weight loss. I'll say weight loss, and I really mean fat loss. If you haven't heard the Dan John quote about weight loss, go look it up. Have fun. Um, what it does is it brings an opportunity, in my opinion, where we can steer away people's focus from just weight loss, and we can start to talk about. And here's here's going to be the really hard thing for people that are on this medication is there is going to probably be a point where they have to come off it. And if you haven't watched the new Biggest Loser documentary, you can figure out where I'm going with here. If you lose a lot of weight but you don't adjust your lifestyle, you're very likely to go back to where you were, or at least take big steps back to where you were, and for lack of a better term, regress, and you're going to go back to things, feeling certain ways that you didn't like before, because you are going to add on body fat, and that comes with it. And the extreme example is done um, that old show that I fucking hate. Pardon my French. Are not as extreme as what likely will be experienced here. Maybe not. Maybe it'll be the same. Maybe it'll be much less so. Doesn't matter. The point is, when folks come off medications like this, the important thing that we can do as coaches is to teach them about lifestyle choices, and being and having a certain mindset as well. Like, there's so many things that are at play here besides the number on the scale. It's not news to most coaches out here, but just shift your brain towards that. If you're kind of getting getting annoyed by it, I hear you. Okay, but we can still show our value as coaches by helping people understand lifestyle and mindset. And maybe, I'm sure we'll have some people that inevitably, I find, no matter what happens with folks, if they feel fitter, they end up starting to run and go for, and run 5Ks and stuff like that. And if you are if you're a coach, you should be at least aware of some of the common injuries with runners, and that can become your selling point as well, and how to help people stay healthy through their runs. You can start to swing it the another direction with, all right, you've hit your weight loss. Now let's make sure we gain some strength, because in the end, we all know that having uh, some lean muscle mass on us, some muscle mass on us as humans is beneficial down the like for longevity, and it's becoming more and more clear as we get older, and as the fitness industry becomes a little bit more in the light. And it's not a secret that we are ones that can help people put on muscle mass and increase muscle percentage, and we are the ones to do it, and we can know how to do it properly without without some of the the magic stuff out there, which if you're into that, okay, that's not my business, and you have fun. But the point is, there are things we can do as coaches regardless of what's going on with these weight loss medications that seem to be becoming more popular and are working in many cases. So okay, we're no longer looking at weight loss. Now what are we looking at? And let's shift, again, they're going to start to, and that's the thing. The other thing, like in general, I mentioned running, but folks that start to feel better about themselves and feel better about their bodies, find new activities to do. And it can range from doing the stuff I used to do, which was run into people for fun, aka rugby, or you can, or running, or the other new thing now, pickleball, like, and everywhere in between. And all those things are going to require people to make sure that they are walking away from those activities in one piece. So that can be your selling point, where you can talk about cutting down on injuries because of XYZ, and making sure that they're ready to go for their next big, whether it's a race or an event or a game or whatever it is. And we can start to shift ourselves towards that. And then, we're starting to talk, we start to talk about, older adult athletes. And that's, to me, that's fun personally. So I have no, really, in the end, if this is the way we end up going, awesome. And even if it's just someone that wants to just feel good and feel better about themselves, and you know have a longer life, okay, awesome. We still need to think about lifestyle stuff, drinking water, getting proper sleep, making sure that we're putting in the proper amount of protein in ourselves, making sure that we're sneaking in fruits, veggies, and some of those good fats, quote unquote good. I don't always like using the words good and bad when it comes to food. Um, so there's where we're really landing. That last example right there can be just a baseline that you can deliver, and then people that discover that they can now do some activities that they maybe couldn't before because they were, unfortunately very, very overweight, and that happens. Now they can do these things. Well, you can help them. You can help them do whatever the heck it is. It can be, a 5K, a marathon. Okay, bless you, have fun. But coaches need to be there to help these people. So in the end, while that's the primary source of people coming to us as coaches, let's pivot and get to some good things here. Okay, pivot and get to uh, getting beyond weight loss, which is something that a lot of us have been banging the drum for a long time. Like, weight loss isn't everything, and it's, for some people it's going to be a lot of it, but at the same time it's not everything. So let's start pivoting towards that, and in a way, this is a blessing in disguise if we can do it right. So instead of whinging and moaning out there, let's let's think of other ways to help people, because in the end, it's what we're supposed to be doing. No, that's that's what I got for you, everyone. All right, so listen, lifestyle, making sure people don't go back to, uh, you know, start going back to the weight they were at, with the body percentage that they were at, that might have been, life altering more than not. Which there's a line, unfortunately, it's just how it is. And then starting to help them figure out activities and how they can stay healthy through those activities. And then, yes, like starting to work with adult athletes, like older adult athletes. It's still fun, man. I've done it. It's a lot. So I see no issue with it. So let's pivot, folks, instead of worrying about what we're going to do if these medications are helping people lose weight without us. Okay. Next, what else do we do? Not hard. So that's what I got for today, folks. Thank you very much for listening, and I appreciate everyone that has a tune in for it. But if you have not already, make sure that you are subscribed to the podcast. Make sure that you share with your friends, and go ahead and follow myself over on Instagram. All right, folks, have a good one. Take it easy.